So the PCs got in again. There's a little bit of political history. For 55 years, it's been going back and forth. PCs, NDP, PCs, NDP, PCs, NDP. And one of the biggest things that the indigenous people, because most of the indigenous people again voted PC, and have lost faith in the NDP because of Schlesinger. Now, I'm saying that because my whole family is very political. And like I urged the young lady on here tonight that do your own research on when it comes to politics in Manitoba. And the filming years, Gary Filmon didn't give a hoot nanny about Indigenous rights and Indigenous people. And because Greg Schlesinger did a very bad job at being premier, Indigenous people could have cut the NDP a break. Because all they could have done was hire another premier for the NDP. Pallister was under Gary Filmon in the Filmon years as health minister and sent 2,000 nurses packing from Winnipeg and Manitoba. And 3 of those friends were friends of mine from Winnipeg that were nurses. One of them went down to the United States to be a nurse, and I think 2 of them went to Calgary, Alberta to continue their nursing programs. They cut the nursing program here in Manitoba in half. Film the government. So it's very disappointing politically that the PCs got in. It's very sad that this is a state that we're in. I mean, the NDP did make mistakes. The NDP did make mistakes health-wise with health care. But Ed Schreier, the former Premier of Manitoba and Governor General of Canada, helped bring in the winter roads in northern Manitoba, and why the NDP has been so strong in the north. And I'm not saying that the Indigenous people don't know how to vote. I'm saying that the biggest, strongest conversation piece there is that I urge all the Indigenous people to do your own search, your own searching on political history in Manitoba. Look it up on the internet, on ranging from healthcare to Indigenous rights to winter roads to, I mean, the political. The PCs don't care about Indigenous rights. They have never cared about Indigenous people, and they never will. They care about putting money in their own pockets. And there are more NDP in power right now than there was in 2000 and whatever, 2016. Um, so, I mean, I mean, it is a loss big time for the PCs because they lost some seats tonight. But there is no getting around what Pallister is doing to Manitoba. He is going down the same, almost the same road as Gary Filmon in the 1990s. And I didn't know a thing about my rights as an Indigenous person, as a young man, as a Canadian. And my uncle taught me about my rights, about my civic duty to vote. And to me as an individual, to me as an Indigenous man, it is very nauseating to know that the PCs have got in again. They don't care about Indigenous rights. They don't care about Indigenous money, about people on welfare, on income assistance, child welfare, child tax. They don't care about stuff like that. The PCs only care about themselves. Only care about putting money in their own pockets. And I mean, what the message has been put out is that the NDP are coming. It really would have been something to have seen Walt Canoe get in, and we are seeing another 4 years on what's going to happen there. Like I said, Louis Riel was our first premier of Manitoba and one of the founding fathers of Manitoba. But I mean, I can't urge it enough for my brothers and sisters out there to do your own research on political history in Manitoba. That's just the only thing that can come to mind. That could come to mind right now is to say that it's a huge letdown. That people were hoping that Wab would have got in. Would have been the second Indigenous person in power in Manitoba history. But I think I'm going to end it now. It's, we had that decision tonight to either do or don't. And furthest from that, we didn't. And that's really too bad. I have voted NDP my whole entire life. I would not ever vote PC, ever. But anyhow, I hope this message gets out, and that's the best advice that I can give to all my brothers and sisters out there is do your search history on political history in Manitoba. Look it up on the internet. And I can just only say that the PCs don't care about Indigenous rights. They never have and they never will. Provincial and nationwide. Because we remember Stephen Harper, he didn't care about Indigenous rights. And he's the one who gave the apology on residential schools. So we will see what kind of turmoil that Manitoba gets in now that the PCs have got it. And then again, it's very, very sad. Huge letdown for Manitoba.